So today we are chatting about how do you know if two equations are inverses of each other. Remember, inverses undo one another. So if two equations are inverses, then they should undo each other. So the official formal way of finding out if something is an inverse is to plug them one into the other and see if they simplify to x. So that's what you see here. This is the official way of doing it. F of g of x should simplify to x. G of f of x should simplify to x. And then you'll know if they're inverses. So I'll show you two options today of how to do this, and then you can decide which you like better. Option 1, which is what we'll do here. Option 1 is to plug the equations into each other. Or say plug the equations in and check that they simplify to x, or that they both simplify to x. Okay, so plug in both equations, see if they both simplify to x. You'll see what I mean, obviously, in a second. But we'll do f of g of x, g of f of x, and then they should both simplify down to just x, because all the other stuff will cancel out, because that's what should happen if things are inverses. So first we will do f of g of x, okay? So first thing, f of g of x, okay? Just so you know, that's what I'm doing here. So just like yesterday, if f of x is 3x minus 1, then anytime you input into a function, you're replacing which part of it? X, right? So I'm going to, instead of putting a number, I'm putting an equation. So I'm going to input g. So I'm doing f of, gosh, what is it? It's weird. X plus 1 divided by 3, which I know looks a little weird, right? And it just takes that spot that you see I've highlighted in red, takes x. So is equal to 3 times that expression minus 1. So we'll replace it 3 times x plus 1 over 3. Okay, and this is the part that's kind of cool. So you now look to see, okay, is this stuff going to undo each other? If you look here, you have multiplication by 3 and division by 3. What happens? Cancels, cancel, cancel. So those 3's are gone, and so now we'll rewrite it. So now you have left this, x plus 1 minus 1. Do you see anything else that's going to cancel? 1's. They cancel to 0, right? Plus 1 minus 1 again, because those are inverses. And you're left with x. Cha-ching. That's what you need to happen, okay? So what that tells you is that f of g of x does indeed, everything cancels out, which means that that worked out. It came out to x. You do have to check both ways, and so now we'll just do the same thing with g of f of x, okay? So go both ways. So same process, but take g and plug in f. So I'll highlight it just so you know, like, that's what we're doing in this section, okay? So it already worked one time. You got to make sure it works twice. G is, I don't even know. That's the x plus 1 over 3. Okay. So just so we have it right in front of us, x plus 1 over 3, and you will be replacing the x, because this is functions, and that's what you do. What are we plugging in? 3x minus 1. So g of, not x, but 3x minus 1 takes that spot. You could use parentheses, but honestly, in this case, it doesn't really matter because it's addition on the top of the fraction. Sorry, keep that as black. Over 3. So it took the x spot. And you should start to see some stuff that will cancel. Okay, this goes first. So minus 1 plus 1, they're on the same side. So we'll do that first, which gives you this left over, 3x over 3. What else is going to cancel? The 3's, yeah, because multiplication, division. Which leaves you with x. Cha-ching. So you can say f and g are inverses of each other. Because they both simplify to x, all the operations go away. That's what inverses do. They undo one another. Okay, that's the official way of doing it. If you like that way, I think that's great. To be completely honest with you, I would expect that you would make maybe some mistakes here. I think it's a good way to do it, and that is the official way to check that something is an inverse. But usually, students will do something different. They will instead just figure out, like, just check and see if you can figure out what the inverse is. So your option 2 is a little bit more simple, and if you prefer this method, you can do it this way. Option 2, find the inverse equation and check, does it match? Okay, find the inverse equation, doesn't match. So for example, like you could do all of this again, but it's maybe a little bit easier to do this. So if k is square root of 2x, we can find the inverse of that. So y equals the square root of 2x. This is k. What's the first thing you do when you find the inverse? You remember? Swap. Make it x equals 2y. Sorry, square root of 2y. Okay, now you solve to find the inverse. How do you undo a square root? Square it. So now you have x squared is equal to 2y, and you're almost done. How do you get y by itself? Divide by 2. What do you notice? Oh my goodness, not a coincidence. This is a saying that will not always work out like that, but in this case it does, because they are the same. They are inverses. So we'll say yes, because they match, right? Okay, so hopefully you notice. If you've got stuff out, put away. We got to continue on, so your friends who aren't back yet are going to be confused. These match. So that tells you that f, or not f, it's k and h, right? K and h are inverses. How is it staying open? K and h are inverses. Yes. So it doesn't matter which one you find the inverse of, but find the inverse of one of them, and then you can check it with the other equation, okay? All right, so you've got two options there. Either you do the composition, like two compositions, or you find the inverse of one and see if it matches the other one. So can you please decide which way you want to do it, and then try number 23. So you can either find the inverse or you can do compositions. I have a feeling most of us are probably finding the inverse right now. But if you do it this way, okay, obviously it doesn't match right now. It's x over 2 minus 1. That's not the same thing. You can check it though by simplifying this into two fractions. So you could break this up as x over 2, but then what would the next term be? It'd be 1/2. So is that the same as this? As of g. X over 2 minus 1, x over 2 minus 1/2. No. They are not inverses. So if you did the compositions and you found they both simplify to x, something went wrong. And I can come look at it if you can't quite figure out what happened. But no, because is it f inverse of x? F inverse of x does not match g of x. Okay, and that is enough information to tell you that they are not inverses of each other because you should have gotten the same thing.